What is up, you beautiful collectors and Transformer fans? Thanks for tuning in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Once again, it's the one and only Optibotimus coming with another video review, and on today's episode, we have something truly magnificent. And I don't use that word quite often, but we are talking about 3-0 right now. And magnificent is it's really a word that should always be used when you're talking about 3-0. Today, on this episode, we're going to be taking a look at the new Transformers Rise of the Beasts Deluxe Optimus Primal from the folks over at 3-0. And we've seen their products many times. A lot of people will then, well, it doesn't transform. I don't care, because the amount of detail that is thrown in this, and honestly, how often do we transform our figures? We don't really transform them a lot. Some people do. But realistically, this is an outstanding representation of Optimus Primal as he appeared in that Transformers Rise of the Beast film. And I absolutely loved this character. I thought, for the most part, I enjoyed the movie. There were aspects of it that I didn't like, but I definitely think that the beasts in it could have gotten a little bit more screen time. What they did give us with Optimus Primal, I really enjoyed. I thought he was magnificent. Now, setting this off to the backside, taking a look at the box first, you got this gorgeous image of Primal here in the front doing some battle. A lot of green stuff going around there and everything. You got Optimus Primal Transformers. The side here has continuations of those logos and things of that nature. The back section here shows accessories, his swords, which are truly amazing. And then you can open this little Velcro sort of thing. You got Primal on the inside. Got an open window that showcases them. That's it for the box. I'm not going to focus on the box too much, because this is just too damn good. This thing is absolutely phenomenal. Now, he does also come with an instruction sheet, which I do strongly recommend going through. Number one, it'll show you how to install the batteries, but most importantly, and I always find this to be the case with 3-0 Transformer figures, there's a lot of articulation in this. More than, honestly, they show us in here. There's a lot of pieces on here that move around, shift out of the way. Just, they do a tremendous job of really making this as articulated as possible and realistic, because a lot of these panels move around in a way that they would have moved in the film, but they don't really cover all of it. Like they'll show you like the shoulder joints and the hip joints and things like that. You can see the different articulation points right down there. So really go through this. It's going to help you out a lot. Now, the figure, again, no, it doesn't transform, and people will complain about that all day long, but realistically, having an incredibly movie accurate and super articulated representation of these characters is always one of the most impressive aspects of what they're able to recreate. This guy is just really super cool, and you can see really large as well. Starting off first with his accessories, though, he does get this display base. You attach this piece on here. You can actually move this up and down. You can shift this around. This piece here can move. It's kind of tricky to do. You pull this up and move that and locks that into place. So you can plug this in and get in a kind of pose in any kind of way that you want. You also do get a couple extra little connecting bits on there to kind of help connect on there. So you just take this and kind of plug it in there. Use that as you see fit to kind of help get him in a pose that you would want. He comes with several different hands. You can see he's got fisted hands on here. He's got a pair of kind of like relaxed sort of hands, which is perfectly fine. But again, massive amount of detail sculpted into here. I mean, this is really very cool. And you can see all the different panel work. A lot of great paint applications on here. You can see the inside here with a lot of the roughness of the fingers and such, but also a lot of real nice paint detail on here. He has a very nice metallic silver and then dark, kind of like dark gray kind of going throughout, which works really very nicely. Yeah, so you got those hands. You have kind of like a gesturing hand here. You have these fisted hands, which work really nicely for holding some of his other accessories. Oh, and then this is another one of those kind of gesturing hands where he's like, follow me, my Maximals, as we go this way. So you do have those also. He does have his swords, as I talked about, which look phenomenal. You can see you got like this translucent yellow section through there, which gives a real cool kind of fiery effect. But again, gorgeous silver paint on here, amazing amount of detail, looks very accurate, and kind of captures that look of his swords in the actual movie, and then even the Beast Wars cartoon. I mean, it's very similar. Now these just kind of rest in here. They don't sit all that well, to be totally honest with you. They don't grip it nearly as well as I would like them to. So you kind of, I mean, this one's a little bit better. That one, yeah, that's, well, I mean, still doesn't grip it nearly as well. I mean, you can still have them hold it, but you can see it's loose inside there. It's not a tight kind of grip. But one thing that's also really very cool is that they give you this little connecting piece, and he can combine his two sword weapons just like this, and now you can have him kind of like spinning that around. I think he did that in the movie. I'd have to go back and watch. Getting it separated is a little bit tricky, and I would be worried. I'm just going to twist that just a little bit to kind of loosen that, but you can attach those. You also do get these metal chains, which is really nice, except I didn't take them out of the bag. So now you have to watch me unbag the chain. Hold on. So really, all right, there we go. So chain, metal chain, which is cool, and then you got these little connecting pieces again. So you can take this, plug that in there, plug that in there, and now he can hold that with the chain and kind of use that to whip around, which is absolutely amazing. I love it. So I like that they include that. That's also really nice. He also does, getting this out of the way, he also does come with a total of 3 face plates, which is outstanding, because realistically we only saw him with the 2. The majority of the time, you're zoomed in, he had this face plate on, which is his open mouth. But again, very, very accurate looking, and just staying zoomed in here, you can see all the detail on there, which is absolutely exceptional. Now, it is a little bit tricky to kind of replace these. So you do have that one, which we saw quite often, and I'm going to try and angle this in a proper kind of configuration. It's not easy to get the faceplate off of him, though. You kind of have to, and I don't want to, obviously you never want to damage these, but it pegs in, but it's so seamless with the joints there that it's hard to actually see where it comes off. So you're kind of just like, oh, well, here. Let's see. His head is on a ball joint, so so you can decapitate him. That might actually make it easier to do. And then you just kind of wedge your finger in there. But, like, see, it's so seamless on there. And staying zoomed in so you can see it. You can see just how good that seamlessness is. And trying to tug that. I mean, it's literally right there. And I can't, there's like nothing really to get your finger in. I'm trying to see if that actually does it. I don't think it does, honestly. Oh, maybe like right here at the very tip. Like I feel, there we go. Okay, so pulling that off, you can, oh, did I just put it right back on there? Son of a, you know what I was about to say. Okay, so, all right, so pulling that off, just like so, that looks really quite disturbing. I'm going to try not to push this all the way on. But you do have, in the battle sequence, he did the whole mask thing. Just kind of hoping that rests right there. So again, amazing detail on there. Very much Optimus-ish. But the nice thing, and I love this, they also included this, which is far more kind of Beast Wars accurate. How he's got like the upper and the lower section of the visor, and then the mouth section. I don't remember him seeing this, or I don't remember seeing him wear this in the film at all. I could be mistaken. But I love the fact that that's included in there. If it wasn't in the film and they did it anyhow, amazing job. Kind of just giving you fans, us fans, what we probably would really like. Now, he also does have a light up feature. I don't have the batteries in it, but it's like around here somewhere, and his eyes light up. So I didn't get the batteries to be able to showcase that, but as well with all 3-0 figures, you do get that light up kind of eye section. Now, the figure itself, as I talked about, ridiculously articulated. This guy's amazing. It really is. As you can see, he's fairly tall. Let me bring in this. This is the Optimus Prime from the Transformers. Is this Bumblebee? The first Bumblebee movie? I mean, you can see how big he is. Just for kind of like a reference, here is a very dusty, and he's missing his logo. Where the hell is his logo? 1/6 scale version of like the Flash. This is like a unlicensed one or something, so I don't really care about how that kind of looks. But you can see just how big this guy is. I'd say he's probably about 10 inches tall. I don't have a measuring tape here with me. Let me see what other figures I can do to kind of give you an idea. Here is the Bumblebee movie Soundwave. Just again, giving you kind of an idea of the overall size for him. I honestly should have brought out my Beast Wars figures, which I didn't, or from the movie, I should say. Now he's obviously in his robot mode. The majority of the time he was in his beast mode, so I almost kind of wish that we got one of those as well. Doesn't bother me really all that much, but I mean, as a Beast Wars fan, I like the Beast Wars characters in their beast modes. I always have. So maybe that's some of the playthrough kind of coming through in it. But this guy, though, is really absolutely spectacular. I'm trying to angle this up just so I can show you everything. As you can see, great detail with the face coming in so you can see the rest of the detail. You can see gorgeous Maximal logo right there in the front. These little bits, like I said, there is so many different parts on this guy that move, and it's you're not going to cover it all. You got these little side panels here, and I'm probably not going to cover everything. These little bits here in the back shift around. Do these move? I don't know. I don't think those move. I don't know. Everything that moves on here, I'm kind of just flabbergasted by it. You got these little pieces that shift up here. You also can take this, you can shift this down, and there's little ports inside there that you can take this and you can plug that in as well and create that blade weapon sort of thing that he used. Again, absolutely amazing that they thought of doing that kind of stuff. But the little panels here move. The little panels, oh, that's foam. That's, if you saw that fall off, that's a little foam piece. The little forearm piece moves. You got all this stuff here in the back that moves as you articulate the figure. Come down to the waist. I mean, everything on here is ridiculously articulated. Bringing these kind of bits up. You got a little butt plate that moves around. These little thigh pieces. All of this stuff moves to kind of get out of the way for things when you need to articulate it. You can see you got an extra hinge here that brings the entire leg forward, which is unbelievable how they thought of all the shifting that needs to be done to kind of facilitate a lot of extra articulation, and they hide it so very, very well. The knees bend. This kind of shifts around as well, and then when you bend it, you can see the pistons that are inside there. All the working mechanics of this guy to a degree. Come around, the little shin pieces here, those feel like they're like kind of permanently attached to it. So I'm just kind of moving around to see what does move. The ankles, forward and back, all that articulation is built into it, and you can see a tremendous amount of detail all the way around this guy. You got the little fur elements, again, the pistons like here in the back. His spine looks absolutely incredible. All the extra little furry sort of detail on his arms, much like you would expect in an Optimus Primal figure. They nailed every aspect of it. I'm dropping things I don't want to be dropping. So going through the articulation is difficult to do. You do have like this neck section that kind of shifts around and kind of rotates around. I feel like the neck down there moves as well. The shoulders move all the way around, full range of articulation. Oh wow, that thing's a full-on butterfly joint. Oh my god, look at all that. Oh, unbelievable detail on there. Every corner of this. I used the word magnificent at the beginning, and really, it is magnificent. I'm just blown away by everything on here. Rotates there at the shoulder, has two joints here at the elbow. The wrists are on ball joints. You get a nice range of motion. You got an upper section here rotating around. You have a waist that also does rotate. You have an ab crunch. Well, like two ab crunches. Like that's not even an ab. That's like a hip. Crunches down. Crunches down. So he's basically looking straight down. That is unbelievable. The ankle or the hips here, you can pull that out. Get that to extend out a little bit. Let me see here. Move that. Yeah, you can bring it out there. You can rotate it, move it all the way. I mean, full range of motion in this thing, which is unbelievable. These little bits here on his thighs kind of move around just to give a little flair for the dramatic when he's moving around. Like I said, you got the two joints for the knees. Tons and tons of articulation in this guy. And when you get that display stand incorporated in this as well, you can do a lot of really cool things to get this guy looking as, limber as possible, because he was. And I'm blown away by the fact that he's got these like full on kind of like Beast Wars, like orangutan or like gorilla things that you can do. I mean, that is ridiculously awesome. This guy, like I said, saying magnificent is almost not really worth it, to be totally honest, because this guy is just so leaps and bounds above any type of thing that we're getting from Hasbro. And that makes sense, because this is a $250 figure. This is essentially a Hot Toys level Transformer. Now, it doesn't transform, as I talked about, and I know people complain, like, well, if it's not if it doesn't transform, then it's not a Transformer. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's a Transformer character. It doesn't transform, which is fine, because it allows you to have amazing amount of detail, unparalleled in terms of the detail on this and the recreation to how he looked in the film. An insane amount of articulation that is not covered by anything that transforms. So, if you're just a fan of getting these characters for their look and stuff, this is outstanding. This is absolutely outstanding. I cannot think of a better way to do this. I mean, there's no way that you could do a transforming version of this. There's absolutely no way. But this is phenomenal. 3-0 has knocked it out of the park with a grand slam home run. This is absolutely gorgeous. The fact that we have both the battle mask, the regular mouth, the half mask sort of thing, which again, I don't know if he used that in it, but the fact that they included it is spectacular. The swords, very iconic, very, very much like Primal, and the fact that the movie recreated them. I mean, this really is a testament to how cool the design is for the film, and how impressive 3-0 was able to take that design that did not exist in real life. It's CGI. It's on a computer screen. They gave us a tangible version of it, and it is outstanding. I cannot recommend this enough. If you are a Transformer fan, all the 3-0 things are always top notch. Always. You will never go wrong with them. There is, you know, a little bit of delicacy with them that you do want to be careful. As you could kind of see, like when I was holding things, you kind of like hold it and kind of move things around. So you do have that aspect as well with it. But on these high price items, take your time anyhow. You should be doing that regardless of it. But there you go, guys. There's my look at the new 3-0 Transformers Rise of the Beasts Deluxe Optimus Primal. Now, this is available for pre-order right now at Big Bad Toy Store. For that, the link is right down in the video description, where you can click on that, pre-order this, and get it. It should be coming out relatively soon. I want to send a huge shout out to the folks over at Big Bad Toy Store, as well as 3-0, for helping to make this review possible by sending me this figure early so that I can take a look at it for you guys. So it should be coming out pretty soon for the rest of everybody. So get them, enjoy them, have fun, and until next time, guys, this is Optibotimus saying adios, au revoir, and auf Wiedersehen.